Transport Fever 2 Advanced Tips. So I'm going to show you some of the more advanced tips for when you play the game. My towns are around 1,000 population. So one of the things I do is I go to station statistics and I sort by cargo. And it's going to be a little bit difficult, but you notice that over here, there's one that says 590 for wheat. It's a little bit difficult to click on it because it's constantly jumping around. But over here, I've confirmed it says 590 for wheat at this station. So I'm going to go over here and see if I can fix this. The first thing that you notice is that I have sufficient cargo space. You can click on terminals and you see it says 540 over 550. I'm very close to the limit, which means I'm probably losing some material. So the two ways to solve it is to build more cargo storage, and the second way to solve it is to move goods faster. So one of the problems that I have is that I have a dedicated line for grain. You can see where it goes across the map here from 1 to 2. And I can make the line more direct. I can remove the curvature and put a direct road, and these trucks will get there faster. But it doesn't solve the problem because they don't have the grain assigned to them. The grain is assigned to this other route. And this route doesn't have enough vehicles to go through. So the grain has to go to the production facility, which is over here, and this cargo route doesn't go there. So I am going to remove the cargo route. I'm going to go over here, click on this cargo route, manage line, look for line 2, which is right here, and I am going to delete it. Hopefully what will happen is that cargo will be saved. It's either going to go to the train line. It looks like it went over here to the train line. And my train line is kind of full, and I know from experience that it's not really profitable. And it's not a complete train. I'm going to show you the train. You can see here it's only a few cars. So I'm going to change the train. I'm going to edit the train, which is over here. I'm going to go to wagons, cargo, and the gondola, and I'm going to add until it gets less than 150 meters. If you go over 150 meters, you might have problems. And now I've got two different colors for my train. I'm going to do manage vehicle. I'm going to hit the color option, and I'm going to change it to the color of wheat. Actually, it didn't do it for the whole train. That's weird. But that's okay. It still looks kind of like a wheat color. I'm going to go back over here. Click on the line. Click on this. We're going to go over here. There it is. Okay. So over here, it did not put the wheat on the truck, which is what I wanted. It put them all over here. The issue that I have is that we've got coal, iron ore, and stone. That's a waste of time. We don't want that there. So I'm going to do click on wheat 12. It's station number 1, manage line. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to remove these options so that it doesn't pick up anything other than the grain. Those are probably going to disappear. I don't know. Or maybe it'll switch over to this line. So in terms of the 466, really not sure how to force it to go over to this line. But I'm going to keep an eye on it and see what happens. I'm going to check my production over here. It's looking pretty good. Now, we've only got 3 food plants. Ghost Sport is kind of nearby. Middlesbrough is far. So Ghost Sport is a possibility. Let's go find Ghost Sport. I don't see Wheat 12 on the Ghost Sport line. It's literally right here. See how it's Wheat 12? So, oh, look how far that's going. Yeah, that's going kind of far. So I'm going to see if I can do a line that goes to here. There is no train station, which means I'm going to have to add a train station over here in order to do it. And I can easily connect to my rail network. Okay, so rail station is about to be added. I know that this is going to be very boring for most of you. So I will go here. I will do buildings. Going to do rail. I'm holding Shift M so it's more accurate. It's connected to here. You verify. You click over here, and these should all appear white. Okay. Now I got to figure out which rail line I'm going to connect it to. And possibly this one over here. Looks like this one does not connect easily. Obviously, I could do it, but it would require a bridge. It is the best line to pick. You know what? This other line is not good because it also doesn't go over. It also requires a bridge. It would have to come out of here. So I'm going to run the line. I'm going to click New Line. Click over here. And then I'm going to click... Oh, it's not connected. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so I need to connect it. The difficult part is going to be how am I going to cross over? You don't want a rail bridge. You want to avoid rail bridges because it slows down the locomotives. So I'm going to make a regular rail line. And you want to check the numbers. 300 is a good number. That's a maximum speed, even though my trains are only going to do 140. And then I'm going to double up the line, which really isn't necessary. Because I was only planning on running one train. But you never know what's going to happen. I might as well do it now. I'm going to change the road so it goes underneath the rail. Okay, so that went over. I am then going to add signals. I'm going to put a signal over here. And I'm going to put some over here at the train entrance. That's going to improve the flow of vehicles. Even though there's only going to be one, it'll get them moving on that line. So I'm going to go to the line and notice that it kept the last line that I used. Could not connect all stations. I am going to rename it. It's going to be called Wheat 99. And then I'm going to change it to Wheat 16. I'm going to change the color to be the color of wheat. And now I got to figure out how I'm going to do the bridge. considering that there's a tight space. Going to be real tight. You got to start about this area. I'm going to check this out to make sure. Looks like there's a crossover here. Ideally, you want it to start right here, but it's going to be tough. You know what? That's really tough. I'm going to start over here. What happened? Okay. I am going to move this close to the rail. And then I'm going to hit the period button on the keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to hit the check mark. I'm going to send this across. I'm going to hit the M key. And then I'm going to hit the period. The period is raising, but it's not making a difference. I'm going to try and move this around a little bit. Getting a collision. So I'm going to delete this track. Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it stopped at 3. Gonna hit the period 1. Oh, it stops at 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I can't do any more. I'm gonna bring it here. And I can't really go under because of the tunnels. It's auto-saving, so I have to wait. I also changed my autosave to every 30 minutes, so it doesn't bother me so much. Hit the M key, and the period's not letting it go up, and the M key's not doing it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fix this problem. I'm going to remove the rail. I am going to build the bridge first. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to drive it across. See how it built it that time? Can't see if it's at the base or not. 1, 2, 3, and build it across. So I use the period on the keyboard. It's actually a height of 4. I'm going to start here. You know, it might not... Oh, it connected. Okay, good. So it connected. You want to try both ways. If one way doesn't work, try in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is going to work over here. You notice it slows down to 54 kilometers. Now I have a bridge. Let's see if the red notice goes away. Could not connect all stations. Obviously, it is because of some unknown reason. Okay, that is going in one direction, heading south. Now we got to do something heading north. And keep in mind, I need a crossover here. I'm going to need a signal light right here. And I need a crossover. I didn't connect it properly. It should have crossed over like this. I'm just going to make it easy, and I'm going to make a crossover like this. And now the warning has gone away. So that means it can get back to where it started from, even though I don't like the route. I don't want it to go that way. I'm going to change the line to yellow so you can see. It's going back the way it came. It's going back the way it came. I don't want that. I am going to go to rail, and I'm going to connect over here. Going to be a little bit weird because of the way the rail is running, but it's not impossible. This is fixable. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to swing this around and connect like that. I'm going to put a signal over here. I'm going to put one over here. I'm going to remove this signal. Now we got to fix it so that it's, oh, you know what the problem is? It doesn't cross over here. I need a way to cross over to the other side. I'm either going to have to build a bridge. It's not a lot of space. It's going to be difficult to build a bridge. Or I need to make a loop. Okay, so I'm going to go here, click tracks. I'm going to double this up. It's not connecting where I want it to connect. Oh, there it is. Why won't it connect? There it is. Put a signal light right over here. And then got to finish the connection here. Wow, it let me do that. That's amazing. Put a signal over here. So I don't like the fact that it is not automatically routing. You can fix it by doing a waypoint, but I would rather not use a waypoint. So I got to get it onto this other lane over here. Let's see if I can do it. I've got all the signals done properly. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make it one way. Take this and make it one way. I am going to build a track over here that's going to cross to the other side. Did not fix the problem. Okay, so I'm going to build a waypoint. After station 2, doesn't connect to the waypoint. So that means that there's a problem with the track. Everything looks good. It looks like a nice connection over here. And I hope it's not under in the tunnel. That looks like a nice connection over here. I am going to do okay, so the waypoint doesn't work, which means it's got to be inside the tunnel. There must be a bad connection. In fact, here it is right there. You can see that I did not build under the tunnel. Oh, there it is. So basically, when I saw the stop of the line over here, you can rewind the video and you'll see it. And now I've finished the connection and you can see it's working and I don't need the waypoint. So I will remove it. There it is. And I'm going to check this. Okay, the line needs vehicles. So you click over here. And then I'm going to click on train and I am going to scroll down. I'm going to do Didcot, which is my nearest one. And I'm going to go for a locomotive. I need to save money, so I am going to choose a cheap one, which is the Series 246. Then I'm going to go to cargo. I'm going to go to the gondola and I'm going to click until it is 142 meters and I'm going to buy it. And then I'm going to go to wheat 16. And then I am going to manage the line. I'm going to change it back to the color of wheat. I'm going to manage the vehicle and I'm going to change it to the color of wheat. So here is the train. I'm also going to save it. Anytime I do construction or make a lot of changes, I save the game. It's going to take a minute or two to get to the depot, where the farm is. It's not a depot, it is a train station. So the next thing you want to do is you want this to fill up when it gets there. So we're going to go to Manage Line. We got to click on Wheat 16 and then Manage Line. Go to Swaffham. And over here, I'm going to do Load, Full Load Any. You could do the other option, which is Full Load All. And I'm only going to pick up wheat. And I'm not going to unload wheat. And over here, it's only going to unload wheat. And it's not going to pick up anything. We're going to go to the station. We've only got one wheat. So now we have an issue where I've got two trains coming into the same station. And it's going to mean that they can't really fill up at the same time. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to hit configure. I'm going to click this and I'm going to add another line. And then I'm going to go to platform and I'm going to add a platform. I'm not going to have the field removed. And then maybe add some cargo buildings. I'm going to make a rail connection. I'm going to try it the other way. There's the other train. I got to give it a lot of room, so I'm going to make this a bit longer. I'm going to connect this to here. I'm going to remove this connection, and I'm going to remove this connection, and I'm going to take, oh, does it not allow me to connect to it? Not allowing me to make the connection. So there's something wrong with the outgoing line. Okay, I need to make a crossover here. Something like that. And then I need to go here, Swaffham, go to terminal, and move wheat 16 to terminal 2. And now you can see the line is properly entering and leaving the station. They'll both be able to wait at the same station. So it says that he's waiting for a free path. He can move up to here, so I'm going to put a signal over here. So he's going to move up to the next signal. I think this is a waypoint, which means that I can add, oh no, there's a signal right there. So he's waiting to go through, this should be Swaffham. And then he's going to cross over here and enter that station. Just got to wait for this train to leave, obviously. This train here is supposed to turn around, and for some reason he's not turning around. So I'm going to check the train. It's possible that the train is too long. It's 158, so I'm going to reduce it. The reason why is because when it comes in, part of the train is on the incoming track and it needs to switch to an outgoing track. So that then what happens is they just start wandering around the map. So you're going to see now when the train reaches here, now it fits within the station and doesn't stick out. And he's going along his path properly. This one should be all set now. I am going to check to make sure he makes it to the station. I'm sure he's going to be fine. I am using the fast forward for the time. And the station, you should be able to see it. I believe it's right here. Maybe it's Swaffham Central. Okay, so he's stopping. I can move him a bit closer. There's a signal over here, I bet. Yeah, there's one over there. So then I'm going to count 4 segments back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to put a signal over here. And it looks like these lines are both going east. So now he is on the line. And he'll be arriving at the station soon. You can see that he hasn't picked anything up yet. We've got some items waiting. Now over here above the blue button, it has an icon. It says 0200. We're going to watch it fill up. It's going to fill up with wheat. As long as one carriage is filled, he'll turn around and leave. So he's going to wait 3 minutes, or he's going to wait for the carriage to be full. For now, I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to keep an eye on it. And after a couple of years going back and forth, I'm going to see how much he delivers to this station. And the trucks are going to bring the food out. So over here, I've got one called Wheat 14. And it's supposed to be bringing wheat in. But on 2, it's trying to pick up some wheat. So I'm going to make it so it doesn't load anything. So this 2 over here is going to go away. And then I've got some other goods that are here, but eventually they're going to drop off. And when they drop off, I will block them. So it also looks like it's kind of crowded over here. I'm not using the terminals properly. You want to differentiate between dropping off and picking up. So we've got 2 pickups on the same terminal. I am going to move, well, I guess we can't avoid that. Wheat 14 is a drop off, so we're going to switch him to terminal 3. They go in, they drop off, and they leave. The ones that are picking up wait a couple of minutes, so they're going to be in there longer. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the color of this line. Yeah, it's fine. Leave it the way it is. So we've got an issue over here where they're obviously unable to move because something is waiting. And it's a food line. He's got a truck. He should be leaving with nothing. Oh no, he's leaving with food, so he's picking up. That means he's going to have to wait. If he's going to wait, you want to put him on terminal 3. You see terminal 1? I'll zoom in. This is terminal 1, 2, and 3. We're going to put him on terminal 3 because when he waits there, he doesn't block the entrance so much. The ones that drop off, you want him to drop off on terminal 2 and then leave. So terminal 2, I am going to try to put the drop-offs on terminal 2. Possible that he's picking up and dropping off. He's bringing wheat in, and he's going to pick up some bread. If I want to add another terminal, which is a smart idea, this is going to be too slow, so I want it to be more efficient. Because if it's slow, then product doesn't move, and if product doesn't move, you're going to add more trucks, and it's just going to add to the congestion. So I'm going to bring this road out to here. I am going to go here. I'm going to hit configure. Remove this, and remove this, and remove this. I'm going to go to cargo. We'll add another platform. And another platform. You never know what you're going to need. We need room for cargo. We need platforms. Can't fit anymore. Try the small cargo. This is going to store items while the trucks are out on the road. I could have made the road further away to give me more room. Okay. Terminal number 6, we want someone who's waiting to pick stuff up. And terminal number 5, you can see that they're down there. And this one will go to terminal number 4. And this one will go to terminal number 3. And then the drop-offs are going to be on 1 and 2, which is over here. So they're going to have a lot, they're just going to come in, drop off, and leave. And the ones that are queuing up and sitting and waiting are going to be over here. Looks like everything's pretty good. See over here, it says manage vehicle. It's got all these vehicles on this line. You can change the color to be the color of food. And now you can differentiate when it's on the road, you know it's a food truck. And I'm going to do the same with this one. It's doing the autosave. Wow, it's been a half an hour? Or did my settings change? I'm about to wrap up the video. Before I wrap it up, what I'm going to do is I am going to go and check the origin for wheat 16. See if the train has gone back and forth. It's only got 15 items. He looks like he's about to do his first drop-off. So he'll drop off the 15. He's going to go all the way into the station. The last car has to pass the switch on the track so he can get out. He's going to turn around and he'll be able to get out fine. He's not going to pick anything up. So for the time it took, who knows, it took maybe a few minutes. It's going to take a while for him to get back to the other location. Over here I got a grain truck, which is wheat 14. I'm going to go to manage vehicles, and I am going to paint it the color of the wheat. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. One thing that I'm disappointed with, there's too much wheat waiting for line 12. I need it to be balanced out, and it might take a long time before that balances out. But I'm going to check it later. Maybe tomorrow I'll come back and check and see what happened. I'm going to check the production. The shipment, it says 56 out of 200. A lot of it's waiting. We've only got 3 possible destinations. If I have to add Middlesbrough, that's halfway across the map. And it is profitable. Okay, so that is how you do it. This is Transport Fever 2 Advanced Tips. And this was specifically about adding a new line, balancing out a station, balancing out a terminal, creating a line, and creating a bridge. I do have a discussion forum. It's cheapbooks.cc. Go to the video game section, look for transport management, and there is Train Fever and Transport Fever. You can go in there and you can read my tips. And I am the owner of cheapbooks.com, which is a website for searching for books and textbooks. Go to cheapbooks.com and you can search hundreds of millions of web pages around the world. If you have any questions or comments, and I read them all, please post below.